about Greece, the commodities markets, and the rut in commodities deepening with the chaos in Athens and in the country of Greece. Suggestions now of selling off the airports to foreign countries. How about if we sell a couple of pieces of real estate first? We might need the airport to get the flying out of here. No, bad idea. You're going to love the spin here from Bloomberg Business, but run with this. Solids, not paper. Yeah, and that multifaceted right there where you suggest the dollar is strong and gold is down. Gold is being forced down because of OPEC's move last November, last Thanksgiving, in Vienna, Austria, that if they have to cut the price of oil to $20 a barrel, they're going to do it. And it is to force out any of its competition so that, again, Saudi Arabia can rule supreme with OPEC. A legal authorized cartel. And in the interim, it has decimated the U.S. economy. Not only frackers and drillers, but local economies like Johnstown, Milliken, Loveland, Fort Collins, from the restaurants to the hotels to the gas stations to the local infrastructure. It is destroying it around the county, the state of Colorado, and much of not only the western states, but the eastern states as well. China's not slowing down. China's collapsing and is being propped up artificially. 2 weeks ago today, July 20th, which 14, July 6th, in the 5th, 6th, in the overnights, the Chinese market began to collapse. Here in the United States, setting off a chain reaction that forced the stock market into free fall. The plunge protection teams, which by designation are illegal, couldn't even prop them up. So the New York Stock Exchange suspends its trading and claims there's an electronic glitch. Turns out, if you look on the internets, according to George Bush, that, well, there they are, the anonymous hacking group Anonymous. The day before pointing out that they're going to hack into the New York Stock Exchange. Overstated. Commodities. Oil, gold, silver, wheat, rye, corn, soy, wheat, rye. Commodities. Hay here in Colorado, hay, straw. In just the last 2 years, look at the volatility of that commodities market. Commodities are physical, tangible items. They're not bundled derivatives of debt with AAA ratings like Timberwolf. What you done? Oh, well, free. I mean, not free. Well, free fall in the last couple of weeks, but over the last 3 years, I wouldn't change it. Simon Goodfellow, yes, pundit for friends across the pond. I'm sure he has a villa in a Swiss bank account somewhere ready for the collapse. He's just fine. And of course, in that corner soon, I was telling you, there's nothing to be afraid of, nothing to worry about.
That's a specific sector. Yeah. Secondly, I find it very hard to square this commodity price action with 11% earnings growth for the S&P for 2016 and 2017. Especially one of the reasons why growth doesn't go back is the fact that gold is going up. As we know, that has a significant impact on the valuation of specifically
And they say all that with a straight face. I'm presuming it's a lot of Thorazine inside the Bloomberg studio. I guess we'd prefer to have Valium here at the KFK studio. Deep fried on a stick. Doesn't matter. Gotham as promised. Headlines for tomorrow on this day in Illuminati History Part 2. Brought to us by, well, it's Chad's sponsor. I'm stealing. Putting the stuff on his desk. Brick House Guns. They're in like 31st and 10th Street. Across from the liquor store to get my Coca-Cola at every morning. Really miss that. Anyway, if you know the secret word, now's your chance to pick up an extra 20 rounds of 223-556. 1861 starts our headline, July 21st. The first major battle of the U.S. Civil War begins. It's the Battle of Bull Run at Manassas. The Confederates, of course, win. 1925, John T. Scopes, the name you know it better as the Monkey Trial. It ends. Convicted and fined $100 for violating the state prohibition on teaching Darwinism. Darwin's theory of evolution, obviously, Darwinism. I don't believe in any insects, to quote Ferris Bueller. The conviction later overturned on a legal technicality because the judge had set the fine instead of the jury. Hence the dilemma in the 11 o'clock hour. 1930, the VA is established. 1931. CBS airs the first regularly scheduled program to be simulcast on radio and television. Kind of like we do on the chat room at ScooterMcGee.com, which is up and running. Why is this shirt taking so much attention? We don't know. On this day, 1940, Lithuania, Estonia, and Latvia are annexed by the Soviet Union. Bye-bye. On this day, 1944, the United Nations, what the? American forces land on Guam. Aaron, if you are listening, I need a vacation. On this day, 1949, the U.S. Senate ratifying NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty. 1954, the Geneva Conference partitioning Vietnam into North and South Vietnam. Oh, we'll see how that works out. On this day, 1961, Gus Grissom becomes the second American to rocket into suborbital patterns around Earth, flying, of course, the Liberty Bell 7. On this day, I'm the only one who cares about Mary Hart's legs. 1997, the USS Constitution, which defended the United States during the War of 1812, set sail under its own power for the first time in 116 years. They now start switching her sides in the port so that each side is exposed to the water the same amount of time. 2000, NBC found all of the Milton Berle kinescopes. Almost all of them. They'll soon come out on DVD. And 2011, tomorrow, Atlantis, and the end of the United States Space Shuttle program as the U.S. Spaceship Atlantis lands at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. That's it for the NASA shuttle program. Now again, we have the X-37B space plane, which we had one, but then we discovered we have two. It's again, just like in the movie, the Jodie Foster movie. What? Contact, thank you. I built one, we can build two of them, cyanide secret word? Papadopoulos. As in Athena Papadopoulos, this 18-year-old that I was absolutely head over heels, hopelessly lost and lost over when I was 15. How can you not love a woman named Athena Papadopoulos? Eh, what? Oh, man. What? No, I know. The eyes were amazing, but there was another pair I was more interested in at that age. Ankles. What? Oh, we're bottom of the hour already. All right, so we'll take a break and come back and get through the headlines for tomorrow. 7/21/15. We'll thank sponsors when we come back. It's going to be E-Show.
Are you listening to the Scooter McGee Show? Mystery does love company. Stay tuned to News Talk 1310 KFK.
Northern Colorado forecast going to be
history being today 7/20/2019, and the compartmentalization of one of the greatest cover-ups of all time, and the Wicked. And you have to understand through incrementalism and compartmentalism how the New World Order and the military-industrial complex that was warned by the project by Dave Eisenhower has come to fruition. In the Disclosure Project, from the National Press Club, Washington, that's May 2001 from the National Press Club by the Disclosure Project. In the meantime, we now have the United Nations and their decade of contact. Yes, all United Nations participating countries must explain the extraterrestrial presence and the UFOs to their peoples. Which is interesting because even in the Snowden leaks, they talk about tall white aliens controlling the United States. Says Iran in the Snowden. Forbes reported that tall white aliens control the U.S. and have been since the 40s. Information surfacing, of course, from NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden, who's still in asylum in Russia. I wonder if there's a possibility if I could get asylum in Cuba. Well, claims that Snowden leaked this, of course, jaw-dropping information, whether you believe it or not. It should raise an eyebrow, if nothing else, that Iran's up to something. Especially now, since Congress can't really negotiate anything. It's up to the UN. Not good. We'll be back with more of the Scooter McGee Show. Somebody see if Chancellor Palpatine is listening. this aliens being real. Really? Against my better judgment, roll this audio. We have it? Oh, mine had got it. I got it. Here, back it up, I got it.
Well, that is one of the better ones. Milton Torrance is not the kind of guy to tell a small tale. 20 years in the Air Force, an engineer with a PhD, a professor. He's all about brass tacks and left-brain thinking. So I was all ears when he started talking about his UFO encounter over Guinea in May of 1957. I got stumbled one night, and my friend told me,
special thanks from everybody at Bear Arms, the City National Fund, to Another Man's Treasures, to Matt Rivette over at Pro Realty, and even Jedi 70s. We'll be back.